Oh boy, here we go. I'm a flat earther. Ask me anything.
What proof do you have that the Earth is flat?
With my own eyes, I have seen distances where we shouldn't have been able to see objects.
If you were alone in a
What?
room with a flat earther, what would you ask?
How would one prove that the Earth is flat?
Why would NASA and these scientists lie to us about it?
Yes, that is like
Good
the
question.
million-dollar question.
Do you have an answer to
Hello,
it?
I'm Pamela. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Shelley. Nice to meet you.
Did someone convince you that the Earth is flat?
Well, I wouldn't say that someone actually convinced me the Earth was flat.
So why would NASA and these scientists lie to us about it?
Yes, that is like the million-dollar question. I think that they're doing it to maybe protect us from something that they think is out there that they don't want us to know. You know, I have my hypothesis is that I think that they're hiding
What?
the true creation of this earth.
How do you think the
Why,
Earth was
though?
created?
I believe the Bible, when it talks about the earth was created in 7 days, he created a firmament and he created the sun and the moon and the stars inside of the firmament.
What, I guess, proof do you
What
have
the
that
fuck?
the Earth is flat?
With my own eyes, I have seen distances where we shouldn't have been able to see objects.
Could you describe
Sure.
the shape of the Earth, like a piece of paper or a plate?
The best way I can describe it is it's like a circle, like a clock, with a dome over the top of it.
So where do you believe the Earth ends then? If you believe it's
But we
flat,
would be
like,
able
where
to
is the
see
fall
for
off?
like
It could be like
hundreds
an
of
infinite
thousands of
plane.
miles,
The Bible
though.
says it can't be measured. I know that's not scientific, but you know that's just kind of what we've experienced as well. Even going
Oh my
back to what
God.
Elon Musk had said at one point. Not that you know I believe
What?
everything Elon Musk says, but it was interesting and intriguing to me of what he said was that we live in a simulation.
No, there's a 1 in billions chance that this is base reality.
How many people would
This
I guess,
bitch just
be
brain dead.
in on it?
Very few people, high up people, are in the know.
How do you feel about the pictures of the Earth from space?
If you look at those pictures, NASA will even admit that they're CGI. And even a gentleman from NASA
No,
said
no, no,
that
no. They're not. Okay. They're not. They're not CGI. Hang on. How it is? Shit. Fuck. Where's my drawing thing? Paint. Here we go. All right. So, from what I understand, from when I took whatever the fuck it was called in school, this is the Earth. I think XQC did a demonstration like this too. Okay, so this is the Earth. I'm not adding color. I'm not an artist. And then these are the satellites, and there's like a fuck ton of them, right? And then, so each of these satellites, like let's say you're looking from this satellite, it can only see this much of the Earth. But then this satellite can see this much of the Earth. And then this one can see this much. And it just keeps going until they all have the range of so that they can form a picture of the whole thing, but it's just a computer putting together what the different pieces are. So it's not CGI because they're not creating anything. They're just patching it together, I think. At least I think that's how it
some of the
works.
pictures that they get, you know, from satellites are these composite images that they have to kind of paste together.
Oh
And
my
so
God,
it's
I could have
hard
just
for me
watched
to
this.
say
Fuck.
with all certainty that those pictures are authentic.
Do you think the
Because
moon
they
landing-
are.
Yes.
What led you to believe that?
So my husband actually brought home this movie talking about how the moon landing was fake. And I honestly was like so upset that he would even go there with me. I started to question it more. Sure enough, there's absolutely no way that they could have gone to the moon. Absolutely.
Honestly, I agree.
Oh,
I
you
do agree, yes.
What?
Tell me what you think.
Just the way it was depicted, it really never connected in my mind.
I was not expecting
How did it
either.
not connect?
That's cool. Yeah.
How do you
What?
explain like the phases of the moon?
We believe that the moon is its own light. A lot of people think that the sun basically reflects onto the moon. But what we find is that the moonlight
The moon
is
does have a little bit
cooler
of its own light, but it also
and the sun
reflects
is
a
more
lot
of
too.
a hot light.
So if the Earth is flat, how do you explain time zones?
So if it's a close sun,
That's a good
it would be
question.
kind of like a spotlight. The time zones work because that
Wait,
local.
what?
If the Earth is flat, how do you explain time zones?
So if it's a close sun, it would be kind of like a spotlight. The time zones work because that local light, just kind of like a flashlight, doesn't light up the whole circle. It only
Do you know how fucking bright the sun is?
lights up a certain part of the circle.
I think it'd be able
I'm
to
curious
light
what
up the whole thing
explanation
if it
is
was
for
flat.
Gravity and things like the Coriolis effect.
Well, gravity's still technically a
Wait, the
theory.
what? An effect whereby a mass moving in a rotating system experiences a force acting perpendicular to the direction of motion into the... obviously.
We know that
Obviously,
there's an
whatever
up
the
and a
fuck this
down.
guy just
As far
said.
as Coriolis, I was in the military and I've shot weapons, and we were never once taught to account for Coriolis.
What kind of weapons?
Well, no shit, you're not shooting a rifle fucking 3.7 million meters downrange. The fuck?
If you don't mind me asking, like ICBMs?
Well, when I was in the military, we shot M16s, and
Okay.
the railgun
That's not
is
gonna-
a question because it can shoot 100 miles, and it's a line of sight weapon. So 100 miles using the curvature of the Earth, it just doesn't make sense that they'd be able to.
Because
hit
the
target.
Earth is
With the
fucking
globe
massive.
models, like
Oh my god, this
24,000
bitch is
miles
brain
in
dead.
circumference.
I can't
Yeah,
with
like
this.
25. We kind of used.
Yeah. Okay, so 100 miles would be less than 1% of that. So I guess it's not much of a difference. Like, it doesn't matter as much. I guess I'm asking more in relation to things like rockets, like ICBMs or airliners and stuff like that.
Airliners, if they were flying, let's say 1,000 miles, they would have to dip their nose down to stay in a line with the globe.
So, do you believe in global warming?
So I don't believe in global warming, but I do believe
Of course
in
not.
a greenhouse effect because I believe we live in a greenhouse, you know? And I do think that how we treat this place we live in is very critical to the quality of life in other lives, and not just us, all the different ecosystems and things. So I'm also a vegan.
Yeah,
I
no
know
shit.
That's
Nice.
yeah, so I try to do no harm, you know?
Do you believe in any other uncommon beliefs?
Yeah, definitely. I believe in giants, that there was a race of humans that were very, very, very tall.
That's
That-
interesting.
True.
I
Yeah.
kind of agree with you.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie. Yes, it makes sense
That's
because
not an
dinosaurs,
unpopular
like, they were
belief.
so
They
huge,
found
so what makes you think
skeletons.
that humans couldn't have evolved that way
Right.
either?
Totally.
Yeah.
How has your idea of the Earth being flat
like
affected
giants,
your
but like-
relationships?
I've lost
Pretty
family
fucking big
members
people.
who want nothing to do with me.
I cannot
because of
blame
my
them.
belief. When I
Bro,
first
can you,
came into flat
can you
Earth,
imagine
I
Thanksgiving dinner with all your
absolutely came
family
in
and
to
then
try
this
to
bitch
refute
walks in,
it.
dude?
I went
Oh
into
my
this
god.
belief, kicking and screaming, like I never, ever, ever thought I would be a flat earther.
I'm curious what your dating life is like.
I will say I only date flat earthers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever
So-
dated anyone with a differing opinion?
I was married, so I lost my husband. He was killed, and so I've just
Whoa.
that was about
This guy's face.
2010. So
Differing opinion?
I was married, so I lost.
Bro,
my
look at this
husband, he was
dude.
killed. And so I've just that was about 2010. So I didn't really come into the flat Earth until around 2015, 2016, where I really started questioning it.
Do you have any kids?
I do, yes. I have two
Aw.
children. My daughter, who is
I feel bad
19,
for them,
and
bro.
I have a son who will be 14.
Do they agree with the flat Earth theory?
I will say that I've given my children the opportunity to learn both. My daughter really doesn't care. She's like, don't talk about it, Mom. I don't really care, you know. And so
Fair
I try
enough.
not to embarrass her when she'll see stuff like this. And my son is definitely a flat earther.
What is your favorite thing about the Earth?
My favorite thing about the Earth is that despite anybody's idea of what shape it is, we're all
Okay.
Be more tolerant of radical opinions.
I think so. I think it's important for us to be able to stand in our
Okay.
truth.
Interesting.